Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here to a Thursday night show. We're going to be hanging out here for a little bit. I appreciate everyone for coming through. Yeah, we're going to cover some of this Diddy stuff. Way of Pop Crime TV, Lauren Conlon. She's been covering it pretty extensively on X and on her YouTube channel, and we're going to look at some of her notes. I've got an interrogation to look at here that's pretty freaking crazy, and a bunch of clips as well. A lot of stuff coming out, and it's a lot of messed up stuff. But come on in, hang out, hit the like, give it a share. Appreciate it. Let's go.
Let's rock.
Boom. There we go. Quick like that. Welcome in, folks. Anybody that's come through here, appreciate her. Appreciate her. There's old... Well, that ain't working. Hold on. Make sure we can get the chat in here. There we go. There we go. BG popping through. Appreciate it. Carrie popping through. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm going to go over some of this crazy Diddy shit that's going on. Again, a lot of this is going to be way of Pop Crime TV. She is inside the courtroom doing a really good job of covering this right now. She's getting a lot of good numbers on X, and I don't know about the YouTube side of things, but on X, man, I believe she was even covered in some hip-hop magazine, which was pretty cool. Yeah, we're going to go over some stuff here. We're actually going to start off with Lauren right here, actually. Make sure I get some sound in her.
Line to get into the federal courthouse. All right. This is the line to get into the federal courthouse. I had somebody waiting in line for me at 3:30 a.m. and I think I'm what, like 60 back. I don't even. Oh, relax, okay. This is wild. I mean, I would think that there should be 2 overflow rooms, but we'll see. The courthouse opens. There are 2, right? Yeah. So yeah. The courthouse opens at 8:30, so we've got another 45 minutes or so. But yeah, Cassie is supposed to be the third witness to testify, so we'll see. The first witness, I think, is someone that has to testify logistically. They had something that was going on that they couldn't be there for any other dates, and then another witness is supposed to be an escort. So they'll finish up jury selection this morning, opening statements, and then hopefully we'll get one witness in, but who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if I'll get in?
What's up, Miss Dana?
All right. This is the line to get into the federal courthouse.
And then she's been posting a lot of good stuff here on X.
I stepped out of the courtroom for a minute. There was a 10-minute break. Cassie is still on the stand. I had to do this video because it's getting crazy. I mean, the talk of baby oil, and I'm not even trying to be funny, the talk of baby oil got to a point where they had to have a sidebar. Thank goodness Tenny Garagos objected, because at one point Emily Johnson, doing a great job as the prosecutor, she's questioning Cassie, and she probably questioned her for about 10 minutes about baby oil. And it got to the point where Cassie had to tell us that Sean Combs made her get into a blow-up pool of baby oil and Astroglide with all of her clothes on, and then we had to hear...
I know a lot of stuff coming out today. I've been saying that there's the other side of this. If there's actually, I don't know if you call them Diddy supporters or what, but there's people coming out because I guess the defense now is getting across on Cassie and sort of coming out with showing some of these text messages where she's going along with it. And they're kind of, painting the picture that, man, she was all in on this.
Hear about how many bottles of baby oil they went through during a freak-off, which, by the way...
But, the manipulation of somebody with the power structure of Diddy, that's what you really have to think about here.
Was 10, and she described they were the big size bottles. I mean, there's so much more. I didn't bring my notepad out, but, I mean, a lot of us are wondering... What does this have to do with anything? Are they just trying to corroborate the freak-offs when other witnesses come on the stand and talk about this baby oil and Astroglide? It's really, really strange. And I'm just gonna say it. I know that it's day 2. I understand it's day 2, but I'm wondering when we are gonna hear more about his criminal enterprise, about the sex trafficking, the transportation across state lines, because right now Cassie is giving really, really tragic testimony, and I feel awful for her. This is horrible, but it definitely
Like, wouldn't some of that count as him? I mean, I guess in her situation, she's agreeing to it, in the position she's in, being, intimate with him or his boyfriend, his girlfriend or whatever. But then you have like some of the sex. I don't even think they're. I guess they are sex workers. Whoever these people that he's bringing in, escorts to have sex with Cassie.
Definitely.
I mean, I guess those people are doing it willingly. Yeah, we're trying to get into the folks that he was absolutely forcing to cross state lines, or bringing more willing or unwilling participants into these freak-offs.
It's seeming to me so far, it's day 2.
Christine.
It's just seeming like it is a lot of
dope as hell.
domestic
6
violence,
months
a
with
lot of
us here.
assault,
I appreciate
and
that.
awfulness. I mean, he treated her
Thank
horribly.
you.
Horribly. He's a vile man. I'm just trying to figure out when we're going to start really getting into these charges. I mean, right now I'm in the overflow room, and people in the overflow room are kind of like, what's going on? What are we listening to? And yeah, I mean, at another point, she asked Cassie, why did you continue to participate in these freak-offs, or why did you say yes to a freak-off? And Cassie actually, under her breath, was like, good question. But she broke down crying on the stand, and it was awful. It was so awful.
I mean, I guess, your career is to think about at that point too, as sad as that is and as shitty as that is. I know she was like extremely young also during this time frame, like in her early 20s, I believe, when some of this started.
She, she just
a
talked
shitty
about
position
how
to
much
get into.
she loved
What's up,
Sean
Tasha?
Combs, and how, she did these freak-offs so she could be with him. And that is just really sad. But I'm gonna go back up. But yeah, I just wanted to give you this update. I was dying. I was like, okay, enough with the baby oil.
Right here underneath that, more baby oil details. Cassie testified that they would go through 10 large bottles of baby oil per week for freak-offs. She also said that Diddy forced her to jump into a blow-up pool filled with baby oil, and again, Gastro Glad, like she was just talking. She was on News Nation. She's been killing it this week. Absolutely. Here we go. Day 3. Look at the numbers on this. This is 1.6 million views. Like, killing it. Doing incredible
Day 3 of the Diddy trial. Cassie is still on the stand, and we are learning what a true and vile POS he is. We saw text messages that Cassie showed us from the night of the Intercontinental Hotel video, where you'd think he's saying sorry to her. I'm so sorry. I love you. Nope. He's saying, please call me, I have kids, because he's scared that she's gonna report him or something. When she doesn't respond, he actually lies and says, I'm getting arrested. And she doesn't respond until finally she says, I'm unplugging, going to bed. I suggest you do the same. I mean, it's ridiculous and pathetic. We've seen bruises. Cassie took bruises of her mouth that day, which is totally swollen. She has sunglasses on. Then we see pictures of her on a red carpet where
and here in the she would, after some of these freak-offs, she would have sores in her mouth. And one of the interrogation that we're going to be getting here today with Jonathan Odie. Now, I believe that it was confirmed during this trial right now with Cassie saying that this guy legit was, quote unquote, a Diddy sex slave. However you want to take that. However that came to be about. But this guy that ended up shooting up a Trump hotel that gets interrogated by the police in 2018 is talking about being a sex slave for Diddy and being, and Diddy watching while he's fucking Cassie. And then he gets into some more pretty wild shit.
She's covering all these different types of bruises. She, oh my gosh, she told us about an instance where she just went out with her friends, one of her gay friends, and then her best friend. She came back home, fell asleep on the couch. Diddy burst into her house, screaming at her, getting violent with her, and her friends jumped on his back to get him to stop. And at this point, he's wrestling with Cassie. He wrestles her off of him, throws her against her dresser or the end of her bed, and she has an eyebrow gash where she had to go to an emergency plastic surgeon because she was set to perform
really, right?
at Drake's music festival. I mean, we are seeing so much. Cassie told us that she was expected to perform freak-offs when she had UTIs, and she told us
and
about
on her
all
period.
the UTIs she
I think I heard that. Like, there was nothing that really stopped freak-offs.
had, how painful they were. Sorry, hair in my mouth. She told us that she would try to be singing in the studio and she would have mouth sores. And then something that was so disturbing to me on top of everything else was she talked about a fight they had at the Cannes Film Festival where Diddy kicked her off of the boat that they were staying without shoes, without money, without her purse. So she walked over to the staff hotel. She didn't see him until later that night at the Cannes Film Festival. They show us a picture where she looks beautiful, but again, she's covering up bruises. And that night, he is squeezing her leg as hard as he can during this movie premiere. He's glaring at her and she's in pain. And they leave that night and she moves to another seat to not sit with him. He follows her, and on that flight, he shows her freak-off videos the entire time, threatening her, and there are other people around, and she's terrified.
Now, this is what I think is interesting. When are we going to get to these other celebrities that are, they have to, I'm just speculating here, but you would have to think that some of these celebrities that are on video, I've got links here that we're going to be looking at as well, but talking about freak-offs, being at freak-offs, there's nothing like a Diddy party. You have to think some of these people are freaks themselves that probably participated in some of these freak-offs, and if he's got blackmail on Cassie, who else in the celebrity world could he have blackmail on? And some of the other disturbing videos that we've seen in the past, that one with him and his boys and an extremely young girl. She looks like she's a younger teenager, and she's now calling Diddy her new daddy. Very weird post that he put out publicly. This thing, I don't think we've seen the darkest side of it yet.
And she says they land in New York, they go to dinner, and then she's expected to perform in a freak-off. I mean, Cassie lived a very sad life for 11 years. She was terrified. She felt trapped. She did not know what to do. Now, I think they're getting to the sex trafficking aspect of all this. She listed another 12 escorts who they transported, allegedly, to different cities to be with them. And one of them was that guy, Jonathan Otto, that we saw.
Oh my God. And then we've got, like, the day the trial started, he's like eating pizza and using the same filter on his camera that Diddy would use to film the freak-offs, alleging something. I don't know if anybody gets into any of the crazy Pizzagate stuff, but some of the pedo stuff and some of the signs of what, pedos use as for their terminology for boys and girls and really fucked up stuff. People could be putting that into context that isn't really there, but the way Bieber's been acting lately, I feel like he is trying to say something. He is trying to tell something. And Bieber was very young when he started hanging out with Diddy, and Diddy started having him over his house and giving him cars and shit.
He came out in the news saying, I think he brought a gun into the...
And the guy that we're going to be looking at, again, conspiracy-laden stuff is going to be going down on this episode as well, per the usual. But Jonathan Oden, the guy that allegedly was part of these freak-offs that I think Cassie has even now, confirmed. He's going down some insane rabbit holes, and such as Diddy is a part of like a black Illuminati, essentially.
The Trump Hotel or Mar-a-Lago, and then he was caught on camera saying all these crazy things about Diddy and Cassie, and Diddy paid him off, and he had an NDA. Well, yeah, I think that's pretty credible. I wrote so many things down. It's really wet outside, so I will do another update later. I'm trying to think. Oh, missed yesterday at the end of the day when I guess Cassie disclosed that Diddy liked for her to rub the escort's semen. I don't know if I should say that, semen on his nipples. After,
oh my God, yeah, she was talking about this. You got a freak off going down. An escort is fucking Cassie, a male escort. I guess when he is about to ejaculate, they collect that ejaculation. Him and Cassie, Diddy and Cassie go to a different room, and then he gets Cassie to rub the semen, the ejaculate, on his nipples and on his chest.
They were all done. I mean,
freak offs.
I really don't need to know all.
I think freak offs is a little too tame.
All this, but yeah. Poor Cassie. I will be on later. I'm sure I forgot to say a lot of things. Anything else? I need to get my notebook out. But anyway, more later.
Dude, she's been going ham on this shit. What else? What did she say in here? We also learned how Cassie was forced to perform in a freak off after almost ODing on GHB. Diddy is diabolical in my opinion. That's from Lauren. Lots of testimony about how she felt trapped, the alleged paying of the escorts for freak off sex across certain states and cities. Even Labiz, I'm butchering that one, I know, is starting to lay the foundation of the federal charges, in my opinion. Back more later. And then, yeah, this was what WorldstarHipHop.com covered. Showed Lauren here covering this story. And again, dude, the very next day, it ain't like she was done yet. This one got 871K views. Lauren's killing it, son.
Is really, really fast from this afternoon. I'm in an Uber. Cassie finished her direct examination and there were some bombshells. You can find my full video on YouTube, but really quick here.
That is weird. Why walk into another room? You're already there for the freak off. You're already gooning in the corner. You're already jerking off in the corner while somebody fucks your lady. Like, well, no, this is a private moment. I need you to come over here with that fella's cum and put it on. What the fuck?
Really big things today that we learned. We learned about Kid Cudi, their relationship, and what...
Hey, NH Dude, I just emailed you back. Hell yeah, I've got some stuff for you.
Diddy allegedly said to Kid Cudi when Kid Cudi asked him himself, what about my vehicle? Diddy said, what about your vehicle? And when he first found out about Cassie and Kid Cudi, Cassie alleged that he lunged at her with a wine opener. And then after they got into it, a few days later, he kicked her in the back and she had a huge bruise that we saw. Her mom actually took these pictures when Cassie went home for Christmas in Connecticut, and then she ended up breaking off things with Kid Cudi after Diddy had threatened them. And we saw an email actually that Cassie wrote her mother, and the subject line was threats, and she told her mother, I'm thinking, to get it out there just in case anything happened. She said that Diddy was threatening to hurt her and Scott, who's Kid Cudi, but he wouldn't do it by his own hands. He would have someone else do it when he was out of the country. Rico, and
dude, he straight threatens people with assassination, essentially. Like, it's like he's the mob.
And then she said that he threatened to release
Carla.
Videos of her.
Welcome in, everybody.
Videos, which we know as FOs. But it was crazy. Cassie also alleged that he raped her in 2018 after they went to a dinner, a closure dinner, and she said that he dropped her off at home, he followed her inside, and he raped her on the floor of her living room. It was very tragic, very sad, but then the prosecutor asked her, well, did you see him again after that, and were you with him physically after that? And she said yes. That wasn't great, but it's very complicated.
So yeah, I mean, in situations like this, because again, today, if anybody's looking online, there are accounts out there that are basically, because I guess the defense is crossing her currently. They're bringing up text where seems like she's super down for the freak off. Quotes along the lines of, this isn't verbatim and don't quote me with saying it, but, along the lines of, I can't wait for the freak off, I'll live for the freak off, stuff like that coming from Cassie to Diddy. But I think that was also early stages. I mean, you put into perspective of Cassie having a career as well and wanting to get her career started. She's also in a relationship with this, again, extremely powerful guy in hip hop and music and entertainment in general. So it's a real fucked up, messy situation here. Just to come off of it from something else that I kind of know a little bit about, the Vince McMahon sexual stuff that was coming out, and I believe it's past now, and I don't think he's going to get anything at all. But you got to think about the power dynamic, and the lady that was involved with that essentially was coming from a family where she was having to take care of her mother, and she had this really nice, amazing job now, and then all of a sudden, your boss, in this case, her boyfriend, starts suggesting, you fuck this person, or you fuck. They started with fucking him, and then it even escalates to fucking his friends. And then, if you want to keep this job, and it can get dark. It's also fucking dark.
Something else that I thought was huge, they were talking about Cassie's drug use and opioids and where she got the opioids, and she got them from Diddy for a number of years. And it turns out he got them from different doctors that were writing him scripts and would change the names for him. It would be his name, assistants' names, Cassie's names. I thought that was huge. Cassie also disclosed to us that she settled with him, her 2023 lawsuit, for $20 million. Not enough if you ask me, because what she went through, oh my goodness. And then we heard about more beatings where security guards like D-Rock would walk in, see her huddled under a toilet with knots and blood everywhere, and he cried. She said that he actually cried. And after one specific beating, and this was part of her lawsuit, but hearing Cassie talk about it herself on the stand was, oh my gosh, insane. He had her stay at the London Hotel for 7 to 10 days, wouldn't let her leave. She begged to leave to go see her mom, and he said no, not until she was healed. It was awful to witness. Again, we heard about many beatings, many awful beatings. Another time, the beating...
Again, for anybody just coming in that may not be aware, Lauren Conlon, Pop Crime TV, inside of the Diddy trial, inside of the courtroom, doing daily updates on her ex account and YouTube, killing it.
Where he stomped her face in his car and she ran off, and then Roger Bonds wants to chase after her, brought her back to Diddy's house. She had black eyes again, knots, and she was vomiting, and she testified that even this time when Diddy saw her, he was like, oh my gosh, and his demeanor totally changed. She said that she saw him get violent with assistants. She saw him drag assistant Mia out of bed one time when he wanted her phone and Mia wouldn't give him the phone. She testified that she saw him hit someone named Eli in the side of the head in a car. Another time he hit her friend over the head with a wooden hanger. We heard about the balcony dangle, which was more like he dangled her friend for a second and then pulled her back up and threw her on patio furniture. I mean, not like it's that much better. And then, yeah, we heard about like just things that maybe we knew, but she expanded on a lot of it. I'm trying to think. We saw text messages as well when they broke up. Diddy and Cassie broke up, and he wanted her iPad. He said, you've got a lot of skeletons on that iPad, you know, I want it. And he also talked about wanting his money. And then she wrote back, like, you know, do you want me to tell the truth? It's a lot more than this iPad. And I'm paraphrasing. And the money he allegedly wanted was...
I have seen that, Natasha. Yeah, his kids are in his corner, right?
The money that he paid Alex Fine, the trainer he hired for Cassie, who is now her husband.
What's up, Micah?
There was also, let me see. Oh yeah, the text messages. Let me see. No, I think that, listen, go to my video on YouTube. I have a lot of it there. I need to type it all out because there was so much. But this, I'd say these were my main takeaways for today in 5 minutes.
Yeah, she is fucking on fire. And I think she's got one more from today. Yeah, this is from today. So today was the day 4 of the Diddy trial. Cassie cross-examination, graphic text messages, and BlackBerry emails. So now we're getting to the defense is crossing Cassie. And again, I saw multiple different accounts kind of talking about how Cassie seems super up for the freak-offs in these texts that they're kind of getting across and showing here. So let's see what Lauren's saying. Everybody just walked in here from Defense Diaries. Fuck yeah, welcome in here. Appreciate it. And yeah, hit the old like ski. Appreciate it.
Lunchtime update, Cassie on the stand, her first day of cross-examination. And I don't want to say it's super intense because Diddy's lawyer, Anna Estevea, she's doing an amazing job at being very gentle. I mean, Cassie and her have exchanged a few laughs while she was on the stand, which I thought was pretty incredible. And additionally, there's a lot of explicit graphic text that we're seeing from Cassie to Diddy and vice versa. And Estevea is saying, look, if you don't want to read these, you don't have to, which I thought was really nice. Also, when Cassie answers and it's kind of a yes or no question, Estevea isn't like, it's yes or no. She's being very, very calm and very kind. Now, what we saw like right off the bat here was a conversation via BlackBerry between Diddy and Cassie about 2.5 years into their relationship. And remember, at this point, Cassie testified during direct that he had abused her. She didn't want to do freak-offs, you know, all this stuff. And she actually said that, he said, you know, I miss you already. When do you want to FO? That was Diddy. And she said,
FO freak-off?
I'm always ready to.
So yeah, they're getting into where, I mean, I don't know the dates on this, and I don't honestly know how long Diddy and Cassie was actually together, but at this point, it seems like she was down for what was happening.
FO. And again, this was August of 2009, about 2 years.
Okay, yeah, so this is 2009. And then going into like 2018, when the abuse was getting like super uber violent.
Into their relationship, they talk about when it would be best for them. And then
old school, 2009 with that BlackBerry.
An escort involved. And then we see a text message that says, I can't wait to stare at your BBD. You guys know what I'm talking about. And again,
I'll clear it up for you. Big black dick.
Not make her say it out loud.
Okay, 10 years. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, a lot of explicit text messages. And look, I think some of the takeaways here at what the defense is doing and what they're eliciting out of Cassie is, again, the email saying she loves him after these FOs. And don't get mad at me. Don't tell me, I understand how trauma works, but I'm just relaying all this to you guys. So Cassie testified that she had to do freak offs during her period. And we were shown an email where Diddy, for FO planning purposes, asks her when she's getting her period. And she says she's skipping it that month. Additionally, she testified that she didn't want to be a swinger because she didn't want to see him with another woman. Well, we see an exchange where she says she has a fantasy about seeing him with another woman. And I'm paraphrasing here. She also says at one point that, quote, she'd travel anywhere to be with him. And this is while they are discussing an FO in this one message, this BlackBerry message. Another.
And after you've got her there, you've got that total control. Then you're also controlling her fucking career. You're controlling what she does in public. Then behind the scenes, you're controlling her where there's weekly freak offs that she has to attend, even if she's on her period, even if she has UTIs. What the fuck, dude? Insanity.
Big thing here is the drug.
Again, we're going to be going into an interrogation with a guy named Jonathan Odie. All right, this guy was arrested in 2018 for shooting up a Trump hotel. And then once he is arrested, he starts talking about how he was a Diddy sex slave, how he would make him fuck Cassie, and start talking about how DJ Khaled is gay and all these different people. And Diddy, in fact, is gay as well. I think Diddy fucked this guy. This is in 2018 when everybody thought this guy was out of his fucking mind. And now we're kind of learning all of this stuff. So was he crazy?
So Cassie testified that Diddy told her he was addicted to opioids. And the defense is basically saying, well, did you see him try to get off these opioids or come down from them? And she said, yeah. And then they said, well, that makes one volatile, angry. And again, I'm paraphrasing, but basically what they were alluding to is that Diddy's violent behavior and aggressive behavior and all of his mood swings that she talked about were because he was coming down from opioids. Let me make sure. I feel like I have so many notes from today. Again, a lot of graphic messages, mainly about Cassie saying how much she liked it after it happened. It was so good, and she's talking about FOs. Oh, something really big that they're trying to prove here. Cassie felt like she didn't have the words to relate to Diddy because she was so young that she didn't want to do this and yada yada, referring to the FOs. Well, we've seen a lot of messages from Cassie to Diddy that are paragraphs, let's say, explaining certain things to him, really seeming to wear her heart on her sleeve. At one point she said, look, I'm unsure about the FOs because I feel like, before when we were doing them, and this is a few years into their relationship, she said, before we were doing them, I could spend time with you after. Now we're doing them and you're leaving right away for work and I'm not getting that time with you. So the defense is kind of like, well, it looks like she's able to communicate this stuff. And is it fair to say that this is the reason that you didn't want to do freak offs? Not everything that you testified yesterday. Again, don't get mad at me. I'm just explaining about what the defense's strategy seems to be.
I love that Lauren is like so nice about it. She's like, don't get mad because this is what's actually happening. But she fucking rules because she's just dropping facts as they happen in trial. Either way, either side, prosecution or defense.
And what they're going for. They also went into the fact that, look, you testified that it would take you days to come down from these FOs and you would waste so much time of your life trying to recover. Diddy was doing the same thing. He was coming down from these too. Is it fair to say that he was still running a business, running the world, running his own life, running Bad Boy Records and traveling here and there, basically saying, well, you know, he was fine. He didn't have to recover for days. That's your problem. Again, just some observations. Cassie doing a great job holding it together, so calm, so poised. And Anna Estevea, really great. I mean, a lot of...
Yeah, getting into the part where she... it's really fucking sad to think about, actually, because she's, at this point, doing the freak-offs, and she was saying that she enjoyed the freak-offs, but at the end of these freak-offs, she would still get to spend time with Diddy. But then all of a sudden, the longer it went, the more Diddy was fucking off immediately after the freak-offs, and now she's just, you know, in pain, you know, from whatever the fuck she has to deal with after said freak-off. Now she's also not with her partner that she, you know, loves at this point in time, no matter how fucked up it is. People get into a really crazy mental headspace, especially with intimate emotions and stuff like that. So, I don't know, man. It's really fucked up, though.
Defense attorneys can badger these witnesses and really come across unlikable to the jury.
Yeah, but she's saying this defense lady is actually pretty chill.
They're sharing laughs. They, you know, she's not too aggressive. She's getting her point across without being a jerk. So I will give you guys more later. And I mean, you're probably going to see it printed on TMZ everywhere else. But these text messages are so
I've seen some of the
graphic, and
texts.
I just feel so bad for Cassie because she was so young, and to have her sex
Dude,
life
she's
just
good as fuck.
plastered, you know, on these big screens and of course across the media world, crazy. Oh, we also saw this morning in line, we saw her brother walk in. Her husband is not in the courtroom because he can't be, because he may be called as a witness and they're getting into some things that he shouldn't hear. But he was here yesterday. But anyway, more later.
Lauren fucking rules. If you're not following Lauren Conlon, do so. She's also blowing the fuck up on here because all of that shit is going viral currently. I tried to get her on here tonight, but she was, as you can imagine, incredibly busy. But yeah, I'm going to be getting Lauren back on here very soon. She is the best. But I've got some more clips here to get into before we get into that interrogation.
I asked 50 about that. And he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes.
I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
You know, 50 hates
man,
him.
before I do something, you gonna make...
What? I'm a nice guy.
When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable.
Yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
with Fifth. He loves me. He loves me.
No, dude, you take me that...
50 hates your fucking guts, bro.
You know he loves me.
I don't think he like it.
You know he loves me.
I don't think.
Okay.
But why? But
Y'all
really
can't
have
see
a
it?
beef?
I mean, y'all can't see it.
No, we can't
Y'all
see
can't
it,
see
man.
that he loves me?
But see,
You really, hold on, you really think that's hate?
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before.
You said, I like when you do it like that, Daddy. When you scrambling and scraping for shit.
man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work.
Hey, man.
Now you know what to fucking say. Hold on, I got some more here. What else do I got here? If you're hanging out back there, hit the old like ski. Help us out here at Publicly Buzzed. Give us a follow as well if you're coming in from Bob's channel. So this is where we're getting to a little bit of this Odie stuff here. But hold on, before I go fully into that, let me see what else I've got here. I think I got some more clips. But yeah, this Jonathan Odie interrogation is fucking crazy, dude. Let's see here. Diddy's ex-girlfriend just testified under oath that she was forced into years of drug-fueled sex parties known as freak-offs. Cassie Ventura says Diddy orchestrated every detail from the outfits and sex pairings to how it was filmed. These freak-offs allegedly lasted up to 3 days and took place across cities like New York, LA, Miami. It started when Ventura was 22 years old and continued for years. She is now 38. She testified that she was drugged with GHB. Also, now we know that she is overdosed and then had to continue with said freak-offs. Ketamine, ecstasy, and cocaine to keep her disoriented and compliant. Ventura feared Diddy would release the footage if she ever disobeyed. Then came the bombshell. The courtroom was shown a never-before-seen footage of Combs violently assaulting Ventura in a hotel, which we have seen. I stayed on the floor, she said, because it felt like the safest place to be. What is this one? Yeah, this is a bunch of celebrities talking about freak-offs.
Diddy parties.
Diddy once threw a party on a jet.
Yo, Bob. Hey, Bob. Thanks for sending all these folks in here. Appreciate it, dude.
Around the world. Now, it started on a Tuesday. It somehow ended on the previous Sunday. I don't know how he did that.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week. Maybe 4. Well, not including the weekends.
Well, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party. What happened? Lil Jon forgot his pimp cup. Yep. D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup Lil Jon can borrow. And he had a whole bunch of pimp cups. He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook. A Diddy party or a Diddy after party. Or a Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy party.
The fuck, dude? So, I don't know. Like I said earlier, I'm still waiting for some of these other celebrities to become involved in this at some point. There's has to be other blackmail out there. If he's doing this with Cassie, I know that they were actually in a relationship, but if he's got other celebrities on the regular coming through, you know there's other quote-unquote freaks that are in his circle, that are in his friend group, that I'm sure that were privy to what was going on here. And again, probably blackmailed so they wouldn't say anything either. Diddy wanted power, liked power. So we're going to get into something pretty crazy here. So again, I believe it's 2018, if I'm not mistaken, this guy was arrested by the name of Jonathan Odie, okay? This guy was arrested after shooting up a Trump hotel. And he says he was there to make Trump aware of some stuff, but then once he's actually arrested, he starts saying some crazy shit about Diddy and Cassie and that he was a sex slave. And we're going to watch a little bit of this here tonight also. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming in. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're having a good time here tonight. Anybody that's new here, please hit the old subscribe. That would help us out. We do a lot of cool stuff here. Do a lot of true crime, a lot of non-true crime stuff as well. On Friday nights, we usually go to a website called kick.com, and we watch a movie. We watch a lot of cops over there as well. Bob comes through often. We watch 90s cops, early 90s cops, which is the best cops if you are unaware. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming in. Appreciate it. Hit the old subscription. Maybe you'll like something here. But this video is freaking crazy. Okay, this is nuts. This gets into some wild shit.
You might brought up the Boulay is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. Okay. You my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean, okay, against Donald Trump, okay, because he used to belong to their side. You understand? He used to belong to that illuminated group that I told you about, which is an elite group, okay, of individuals which run the whole country. Alright?
Alright.
Welcome in, Kristen.
Basically, what I did you tell him how, did you explain him about the message? Or
please, elaborate.
On Thursday, turning to Friday, basically, I went to Donald Trump.
Actually, hold on real quick. We're at 2 minutes and 52 seconds. I think at the very beginning of this video, they don't show the entire situation, but again, he breaks into a hotel room, into a hotel, and they kind of show the shootout portion here. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he gets shot. I'm going to cut off the sound just in case that's copyrighted, but you'll see him running through here. All right, he's in an active shootout with police right now. And then when he broke in, he goes to the front counter. He drapes a big, giant American flag across it. And again, he's saying he's trying to relay some information to Donald Trump at this time. And again, insane, right? Until he starts saying some things that we now know is true. So yeah, let me go back here.
Explain him about the message? Or
please, elaborate.
On Thursday, turning to Friday, basically, I went to Donald Trump, I went through the gates. I took I jumped the fence and I took the American flag, I put it in the front desk, and I blew the chandelier.
Thanks for coming in here.
Basically, what I did that for is to transmit a statement to the American people and to Donald Trump that we're not accepting any more corruption and abuse from their system of friends. Okay?
Yeah, this is crazy.
Is still blind because he thinks that he let Hillary off the hook and she's okay. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying. Okay, keep going.
It ain't like that. The CIA and then they want to do the same thing that he did to JFK. Okay?
All right.
Why? Because they want the United States to fall. They've already been creating a state of chaos and confusion in the United States, and they want the United States to fall. Donald was against their agenda.
What's up, beats and tapes?
And won the presidency, okay? He did get help from Russia. He did get help from the Saudis. He also got help from a lot of Republicans in here, which is the electoral college vote. And he got a lot of support from Republican people, okay? The elections, they weren't fair, but he won through the electoral college vote.
Right.
Which is the Republican vote, basically. He got him through, okay? He didn't get the popular vote, okay?
I hear you.
So basically, the interior, he made it. He's president-elect by the electoral college. So he made it. The situation is that he still hasn't kicked out the corruption from the system. He's letting them stay due to money, basically, because they all like making money. That's why they're all billionaires, etc. So there's only there's select few of that run the country. Okay. So if you, I know you may or may not. I know you're gonna believe me. You have what's called the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Okay. Yeah, Illuminati. Okay. They've made it in dance. Basically, what it means, illuminated.
I got you.
Okay. They do satanic ritual abuse, which is basically CIA mind programming techniques to their own family, kids, etc. They're on the crew, and they bond that way. Okay, so they do sexual pedophilia. They do
just wait. It's
animal abuse, killing of animals, blood sacrifices, and everything in the Bohemian Grove. Okay, the Bohemian Grove, the Bushes go there. George Senior and George, both of them are in the same agenda. They cousins with the Clintons. Okay, so is Donald Trump. He's also a distant cousin. So if you see, there's a direct correlation of the presence of the United States being bonded between family ties.
Imagine this is your job after
all these family ties.
You're like, what
wound up,
the fuck?
Go back to the same place.
There I did hear him. He was talking about Bohemian Grove, again, getting in kind of the secret society portion of, what's going on, deep state government stuff.
The royal family in England, okay? The family here of the Illuminati are descendants of the royal British family, okay? They have children between themselves. Why? Because they have that issue, you understand? They want like superiority of the race. They see it that way. But it really it backfires on them because it makes them
God, a Diddy song? That would suck, yeah.
You understand? When you have sex with someone in your family, your kids are not gonna come out small. You understand?
I love fucking Biggie, dude.
Alright? So
any old Biggie, I'm glad Biggie did tons of stuff by himself, but any old Biggie song with Puffy. Huh?
Donald turned his back, but he's still trying to negotiate a peaceful way out, and they have an agenda to kill him. Okay? Example, if you look at the Illuminati card games, example, okay? You look at the game, Illuminati card game.
I'm not familiar with it, so help me understand.
It's a card game.
It's a card game.
That tells
I missed the Diddy part. I thought it was early on that he's talking about the Diddy stuff.
Mental pre-programming. That means that you predispose already. Once you play this, your mind is already predisposed at this happening, and you accepting it. Okay, so they have a picture of Donald dead in that game.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm not crazy. They have a picture of Donald dead, but they also had the Twin Towers. They had everything on there.
I got you.
Okay, from A to Z. So it's kind of like a hidden agenda, which they try to make it open to our eyes, but we really don't see it. We're so busy working.
It's kind of like hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Here we go.
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule.
So again, you're hearing all of this insane shit, right? Like he sounds like a crazy MAGA Trump person out the gate. He's a Trump. He even said he likes Trump. So, you know, however you see that, that's not what I'm really getting at, not the political side of it. But you hear this guy who has just taken a gun and got in a shootout with police while draping an American flag over the counter at said hotel. And he said he's trying to get a message to Trump. And I guess his message is they're trying to kill you, which is also crazy now considering they have tried to kill Trump. And what he's about to get in right now, which has also now been in the court by Cassie, confirmed. This is crazy.
He's a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's these attorneys, which are...
Tiff, this guy's name is Jonathan Oddi. I believe it's O-D-D-I, yeah.
Are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5. Okay? When I take Sean the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything, okay?
All
right. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like
that right there. I had sex with Sean and Cassie. You know, having sex with Cassie while Diddy would masturbate in the corner. Until Diddy got arrested and this resurfaced, you know, everyone thought this guy was crazy. Like, what the fuck, dude?
15 encounters.
It's like a movie when a deep agent or, you know, a double agent breaks through or gets lost in the shuffle, and that's the story, that's the plot. Him trying to escape this, you know. But in this guy, it's not that deep. But you know what I'm saying, though. This guy has been arrested now, but he also put himself in an insane position and situation to get arrested. I don't know. It's crazy. And
I heard lots of business because what they would do.
So he's saying, yeah, he's heard lots of business. So this stuff that he's talking about now, I guess, with the wanting to kill Trump because there's powerful people around him at these sex parties.
Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right?
A sex slave. Right here, they put up a note, too. In case you missed that, Odie just claimed that he was a sex slave for Puff Daddy and Casey Ventura, and that Sean Combs would masturbate while telling Odie what to do with Cassie, as he, Puff Daddy, would conduct business by phone. We know that that's real now. You would never in a million years, nah, you know what I mean? Like in 2018, in 2020, you'd be like, this crazy guy. Remember this one?
I caught herpes, and I came back and I seen him for
How can you not believe this guy now, though?
But Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? and Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. They gave it back to me accidentally, and it's possible I threw everything out. It's possible I can produce a copy.
Gotcha.
It's possible. I'm not sure. Now.
Yeah, it's hard to make everything out he's saying.
How does this lead towards Donald Trump?
Okay.
The Mercedes family, Ben Mercedes, that works with Mark Geragos. Mark Geragos used to be Michael Jackson's attorney.
Yeah, out in Los Angeles.
Yeah. He had he dropped.
Oh God, we're putting it together. Susan is putting it together in real time in the chat. It's all coming together. So is Diddy behind the assassination attempts on Trump. My God in heaven, it's all coming breaking right here on Publicly Paused live. I'm waiting for it to come up so I could actually. It didn't come through my chat, but I see it. I see it right there, Susan. That's amazing. That's crazy.
They OD'd him, okay? He didn't overdose. They OD'd him because they keep the royalties of the music. Michael alone made $860 million alone last year, okay, in 2017, which who keeps that royalty? The music companies.
It's all coming together. Oh my God, it's all wrapping up in a neat little bow, isn't it?
Kenny Mercedes.
The end of this movie we're all part of.
Child out of New York. Okay. So what they've been doing.
The end of the simulation.
They've been promoting a hate agenda against Trump. So people hate him. Okay, because they know he is very alpha.
I like how he's just getting crazy comfortable. He's just like, let me just get my legs up here. Fuck, I'm gonna spill this tea all over the fucking place.
Okay, very alpha in the sense that he likes money. He likes to make money, and he likes women, and they know they want to defame him in certain ways with Stormy, with other people, because they want him out of the government. Okay. But it ain't happening because it's too smart for them. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm trying to, right?
Don is intelligent. We have a similar type of intelligence and overview.
I do want to see if he circles back around to like more Diddy stuff.
A distant cousin of his, and Obama have a different plan for him. You understand? No offense with Obama. I love each and every American, but he was part of that 9/11 agenda. He's a CIA agent, an ex-CIA agent. That's why there's so much identity issues with Obama. Who knows his real name? They say he was born in Indonesia, and he's also born in Hawaii. Nobody knows. Why? Because he's an ex-CIA agent.
Okay.
Basically, Osama bin Laden never existed. It was a creation of the
This guy's saying crazy shit though. So that's what's even crazier here, right? Like he's saying insane stuff, dude. Like deep fucking conspiracy laced shit. But also mixed in is something that we absolutely factually know is true. What? Like something that is just as outrageous. That he was a sex slave for Diddy, just thrown in to all this crazy political Trump stuff. What the fuck, dude?
Obama.
Going into Obama. Who knows where he's really from? Ex-CIA agent. Like, deep, crazy conspiracies.
Talking shit. And
dude,
looking like an Arab.
It's insane.
And then they bombed
What's up, Brooklyn? Get in here.
Towers. Okay? So my problem is, I'm here to expose each and single one of them to the American public for the crimes committed.
No, you're right.
September 11th, 2001, and therefore. Okay?
Now tell me
it's from 2018, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if there's something in the... Yeah, May 18th, 2018 is when this is from.
All of that led up
years
to
before
Thursday night, Friday morning.
The Diddy stuff.
I've been trying. My settlement put me in a box. Basically, I couldn't talk because I was going to be sued. So I let it be, but they've been following me, and they've had, Mark Geragos has had the FBI on me, has had other agencies looking at me and spying on me, okay, because they want to set me up as an extortionist, like if I was extorting Sean for money. It's wrong. Basically what happened is, Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy.
Rick Ross,
Okay.
DJ
Yeah.
Khaled, gay.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
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 Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay?
Hamas.
Basically, he's Arab, Palestinian, okay? The Ciroc agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on a yacht. They promote binge drinking and drugs.
What's up, Salty?
Gotcha.
The hip-hop agenda was laid out by Obama during his last presidencies purposely. That's why they had Tupac killed, because when they kill them, you gain fame. When your record sales go up, and then people listen to your lyrics and everything, and then you become famous, okay? That's how they do it, alright?
Another
Tupac's still alive.
Yeah.
He's in Cuba. Basically...
Shut your legs, buddy.
The hip-hop
Flashing
agenda
everyone.
is an agenda to move drugs all over the United States. You need to inform the DEA. They move all the dope, on private jets, which don't get screened by
customs,
by
anybody
inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high grade powder MDMA.
He's so
they
comfortable.
Move cocaine, and they move.
But it makes you like question shit. I don't know, dude.
In the
Shit's
bottles
wild.
too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I seen the liquid.
So you want to hear
cocaine
something
on
really
track of my-
crazy? So think about this. This guy's saying the most insane shit. He's going into all the rabbit holes, all the political, deep state, conservative rabbit holes, right? Also throws in the mix the Diddy Cassie thing, which is factually true now that we know. So just to throw that into the mix of all the other stories that he's telling, I'm going to just put this as kind of with something that I know from pro wrestling. So, and something everyone in here probably knows about. Chris Benoit, when he killed his family, he killed his son and he killed his wife. The weekend that happened, that Sunday, he was supposed to be wrestling on a pay-per-view. He never showed up to the building that night. They send somebody, a wellness check. They find all the bodies, including his. He had killed himself as well. Well, we don't find that out until I believe it was until Monday, early morning Monday. Sunday night, that wrestling pay-per-view still goes on. They just replaced Benoit. The show always goes on. They're not talking about that, of course. They don't even know yet. I don't think that came out until the news didn't break until the early morning hours on the East Coast. So that night, that Sunday night, before that broke, someone went on Reddit and they put in the Reddit, how anyone can change Reddit. They went in there and changed it to where it said Chris Benoit killed his family. And I don't know if it said that he killed himself, but it did say he killed his family. And that's why he did not show up to the pay-per-view tonight, because speculation is going to run rampant as soon as he didn't show up. That kid got checked out, and it was just a coincidence. He guessed the actual events that unfolded, put them on Reddit before the news broke, and had nothing to do with it. Not living in the town either. That is real. So put that in reference to what we're watching here. He's spitting out so much information. Has he hit something by mistake?
Diddy and Cassie.
But that makes me go back to, if I'm not mistaken, and I want to verify this with Lauren. So don't take me at face value on this one currently. But if I think that I read, and you know how the news is on X, I think that I read that Cassie did verify that this guy, Jonathan Odie, was a part of this. That's where I'm kind of but also I've seen people coming out and talking about this very video now because it's so crazy. So it's got me asking more questions. So I want to verify that with Lauren. So just take that into consideration on it. Laura coming through here with a $4.99. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Anybody that is new in here that may be hanging out with us tonight and digging what you're seeing, I appreciate it. One thing that we do, we have a physical wheel, folks, that we fill up every chance that we get. I have a list here that I keep up with. And right now we're giving away a t-shirt, a Publicly Buzz t-shirt. We have a lot of really cool merch on publiclybuzz.com. And I've got a list, and as soon as we get 12 names, we spin that son of a bitch. And, we're up to 4 names. Laura, thank you so much. I appreciate that $5 holla. But, yeah. I don't know, man. This shit is nuts. It's fucking crazy, dude.
I'm telling you like it is, baby. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. Alright, he calls it Gigi. That's liquid cocaine. Alright.
So I want to verify that, because that actually is the perfect analogy, or if that's the right term there, for the wrestling story I told. For a kid mistakenly getting the events of that night correct and updating it on a Reddit board, to this guy throwing in the Cassie Diddy stuff. But it's so fucking specific. He fucked them both. Diddy's in a corner jerking off while he's fucking Cassie. That's so fucking specific. What if he would have thrown in what we heard about the nipples earlier?
I know there's a conspiracy against Trump because it's in the Illuminati card deck.
Holy shit. All right, coming through right now. Brooklyn, Steve, she named Jonathan Odie on the stand. So that's even crazier than the wrestling thing, because, yeah, this making me question again every single thing he's saying in all of this. It's like, what?
Let me bring it back to Thursday night, Friday morning.
I think it is.
How did all of this? I think I better understand what you're saying. But what I want to know is, how did that prompt you? How did that make you do what you did that night?
Well, we're getting to a point that his assassination is coming. Mm-hmm. Okay, because it's an agenda they're perpetrating on the media and the news. Example. Madonna is a client of Mercedes, Ben Mercedes. Mm-hmm. He has her go on public TV and say, "Oh, someone should." I thought so many times of going up and blowing up the White House. Gotcha. Okay, they gave her that little message. That little message is Hillary's message. Okay, because Hillary sends it to Gary Ross. And Gary Ross gives it to Mercedes, and they give it to the dog. Okay, now
I get all of that.
You're gonna need an internet.
Gambis,
so I can
welcome
show
in.
If I show you the website,
Donnie, welcome in.
Oh fuck!
All right, help me understand you. How old are you?
AZ,
I'm
welcome
42.
in.
I've been through all my life.
Low life.
I've had a great
if
life.
I missed anybody, welcome
I've
to the show tonight.
$4.15 with Diddy. Okay, was he scared that I was exposed?
I don't want to talk about Diddy right now. I want to talk about you. Help me understand.
He's trying to talk about Diddy. We want more Diddy stuff, bro.
Obviously, we never met.
I know.
I don't know you from Adam's Cat.
I know.
I'm trying to, we'll get back to the event.
I got like 30 years.
He does seem like he's really fucked up too, though.
I was born in South Africa.
What town? What city?
Newcastle, the Valley of 1,000 Hills. I'm from Zululand. I'm what you call a Zulu.
Okay.
Right. I was born there, and then my parents were Latin descent from Argentina. They escaped the military dictatorship in Argentina.
Pinochet, all that?
No, the Argentina ones. Yeah, my Pinochet was a Chilean.
And dude, when the Diddy stuff first started breaking, everyone started just posting insane clips and throughout media and stuff when he's making these jokes, and everyone's just like, ha ha ha. No one's putting all the the dark side of all of the elements to it. Man, I remember the ones with Ellen DeGeneres. Yeah, the chick that had the TV show, and she would have Diddy on there, dude, and they would make jokes in hindsight now that are pretty crazy, and they would give these looks to each other. Like, dude, I don't know, man.
Okay.
I can't remember. It was like a military dictatorship. I can't remember the names.
All right. How many years did you stay in South Africa?
12 years in South Africa.
I heard that, Gamies. I've never heard that in my life.
12 years in Argentina, And then I came here to the United States, and I've been here 20 years since.
Okay. Yeah.
18 years.
Parents. So you got a mother and father? They're still alive?
Dad came and visited me. He died here of
Okay.
cancer. And mom went back at home. I think, visiting with my sister in Europe.
Okay. What year did your father pass away?
When did you become an escort? When did you start working with Diddy? These are the questions, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Did that have any effect on you? I mean, what was
Not really.
your relationship like with your father?
Well, I suffered a little child abuse when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I believe he's not my real dad.
Yeah, word, yeah.
But it's okay, you know.
All right.
I sometimes, you know, maybe that's what he thought. I don't know.
All right. And your mother, where's your mother right now?
She's in I think in Argentina or traveling in Europe.
Okay. What's your relationship like with her?
Distant, but distant but nice.
All right. Well, any brothers, any sisters?
Yeah, both. Also distant but nice.
Okay.
They're in Argentina. Well, my brother's in Argentina, my sister's in Europe with my mother.
Oh, so you don't have
family in the United States?
Yeah.
Just my dog Bubbles. My sister's
dog.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're not married? You're single?
I'm divorced.
You're divorced?
Yeah.
Okay.
My ex-wife is tired of trying one. I told her she's an attorney.
She's an attorney?
Yeah.
Where she live?
In Boca Raton.
In Boca Raton?
Yeah.
Okay. Does she know anything about this? Have you talked to anybody?
Yeah, she kind of knows. But what happened was they've been tapping me so much on my phone through intelligence. I figured out how they tap their iPhones.
Okay.
And basically it's gone all the way up. And I seen even Hillary knows they've been watching me. They've been watching my
text. Come back to me. We'll get back into that in just a minute. Let's just stay with your family.
He was going again, but dude, he's talking about Hillary Clinton watching him.
Everything. Sure. I'm just wondering if you talked to your ex-wife or anybody.
I thought no about what happened about this.
Yeah.
No, this was only me. It was premeditated to give a message to the American public, a wake-up call. It's called a wake-up call. It's like
you ever heard of it, bud? A wake-up call? You ever heard of that? Well, let me teach you something real quick.
For Americans to wake up. Americans like you, like me, like all of us here.
All right, you said premeditated, so you thought about this. You thought this through?
Yeah.
How long have you been thinking about it?
Yeah.
It's easy. That's like.
Help me understand. I don't.
Well, really.
Visuals that I didn't need.
You must have been thinking about it for a while. How long have you been thinking about doing what you did?
Well, when I say premeditated, it means that I went and did it by myself. That's all. And I didn't think about it like for a month. Okay. I didn't plan it for a month.
Okay. When you say premeditated, I thought maybe you planned it out. Like
I ran my own personal investigation, which I figured out with myself that this is going on, and we still having issues of corruption at the highest place in our government.
I get that. Now, when you say you did your own investigation, what'd you do?
Basically, out of all the times I went and saw the attorneys, I did my research online, and I found out the whole puzzle of their organization.
Okay. All right. So you didn't
Look at this little camera down here.
Before I ask that question, so you have an ex-wife.
Straight on shot over
here. You got anybody that you talk to? I'm trying to understand if you got somebody that you interact with on a daily basis.
Yes, I have a good friend, a breakfast buddy. His name is Luis David Gonzalez. And we go to the gym every day. He has nothing.
Let's see if I can find where this guy's now. Let's see if I can get an update on Jonathan Odie.
Though he's a witness, he's gotten shot at by them. And he's a witness that Ross came and threatened me at my house post-settlement. After we settled, Diddy sent Ross, and I asked him to go see if that was Ross and confirm his identity.
So Gonzalez, he can back up what you're saying about P. Diddy and Ross and all that? Okay, all right. And you said Gonzalez didn't know anything about what you did? You didn't talk to him before?
Whoa. All right, so this happened in 2018. He's still awaiting trial. They're predicting trial for this will be November of 2025. Odie remains in custody. That seems pretty crazy.
Nothing.
Okay.
He knows nothing.
He's currently at the Miami-Dade Metro West Detention Center in Miami, Florida.
It was actually water.
They've even got a cell, 3B3.
He's like, hey, what's up? And I told him, look, man, what's happening.
Wonder what's been going on though. Like that long for a trial seems just insane. 7 years, 8 years.
He's trying to cool things down, but then the feds have been harassing him. The feds. They have a big file of me like this. The feds. Since because P. Diddy
I want to
and
know.
Mark Garibus have been trying to set me up and lock me up as an extortionist, asking for money. It was not so. My settlement was breached, and my settlement terms is one was called peaceful enjoyment. That means that if I went to your house or I did something, you'd actually pay me the full amount back and forth.
I get all that.
So I've been going through that since like 2012.
Okay.
So.
All right, and Gonzalez knows about that. You talk to him about that kind of stuff.
I talked to him alone because
That's
he's the
insane.
only one that knows since the beginning.
Gotcha.
And then my ex-wife, she knows, she saw the contract. She has a contract, a picture of the contract. Tony Trama. You need to call her and ask her for a copy of the settlement agreement.
Okay, all right. Where do you live at? Where's your house? Or
Really
do you have
close.
a house?
Unit 177, just down the road from Trump's. You see, I want you to live close to Trump because I know they don't like being close to Trump. You understand what I'm saying? They don't like that.
Whoa.
So,
A little bit more information here. Born around 1976 is a former adult film actor and stripper who gained notoriety following the 2018 thing we're watching now. Odie stormed the resort lobby, blah, blah, blah. He engaged in a shootout with police. He got shot in the legs and arrested. So he's been shot in the legs here. He faces charges including attempted murder of law enforcement officers. Oh, fuck. Yeah, he's screwed. Armed burglary and armed grand theft. And again, remains in custody. Odie had recently been linked to Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking case in court on May 14th. Oh, here we go. This is what I was wanting the answer to anyway. Cassie Ventura testified that Odie was a sex worker at Combs' freak-off parties, allegedly hired for sexual encounters, including orgies. Odie claimed he signed a $5 million non-disclosure agreement with Combs in 2014, around the time of his divorce from attorney Tani Troutwine. He alleged the police in 2018. He alleged to police in 2018 that he was a sex slave for Combs and Ventura. Claims that initially dismissed, but now gaining attention due to the NDA's emergence in Ventura's testimony. Holy, this is a crazy fucking story. His ex-wife Troutwine noted behavioral changes in Odie after he left stripping for pornography and began associating with Combs, possibly meeting him at a Star Island party in Miami. What the fuck is that? Post-divorce, Odie purchased 5 properties worth $765,000 despite claiming a modest income, raising questions about his finances. Troutwine suggested in 2018 mental breakdown and the Doral incident were tied to his relationship with Combs. Odie claims have fueled speculation, with some ex-posts describing him as the first to publicly accuse Combs. I mean, yeah, that's just a fact now. That's crazy.
Okay, all right.
Dude.
You got a roommate?
Dude?
Okay, all right. How do you get around? You got a car?
Yeah,
motorcycle, things like that? You got a Jeep?
It looks like a military Jeep.
Okay.
This is crazy.
Right now?
Police have it in custody.
Okay.
Dude,
Right.
I don't know. Real quick, anybody that's hanging out in here maybe new also, on Fridays we do something called Feral Friday. We start right here at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right on YouTube, and then we go to a website called kick.com. It's as easy to get as YouTube is, and we go and watch a movie. We go and watch Cops, old 90s Cops, something like that. We have a really good time. So please show up tomorrow night and we'll help you get there. That's what you need to know. But I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. Something cool. I haven't even got a guest yet. I need to reach out to somebody, or we might just be partying singly. I don't know. We'll see what's up. Catgrow's showing up, baby.
Tell me about your employment.
Catgrow, 17 months. That's incredible.
What do you do for work right now?
Okay, right now I'm self-employed. I work with minerals and gemstones. With my own company called Pegasus Mineral Trading.
Okay.
That I inherited from my father. Previously, I'd been.
Well, before you go any further, do you have like an actual office someplace? Do you work from home?
Work from home.
Okay, so you pretty much like online business.
Yeah, but I get busy 2 seasons a year, like really busy. I get September and February, so it's like 15 days non-stop each one, and then it's like just slide over.
Well, where I'm going with that is if you work from home, do you have a computer? Do you work on the telephone? How do you do business?
What I did is I threw away everything I had, because
well, before you go,
Now
what
we
is
need to
everything?
find what pornos he
you-
was in.
When you say you threw away everything,
Putting this picture together. That's what we're doing for Feral Friday. Finding Jonathan Odie porno. I'm actually going to see. Look at his IMDb. We're getting deep.
I just don't want my personal info. Okay?
Oh my God.
You know.
I got you. No, I think I understand, but I mean, what I'm trying to understand is how can you have a business and not have a computer or work the phone?
Oh, I haven't. I just threw them away the same day. I threw it all away.
You threw what away?
My computers and everything.
Well, where do you throw them away at?
The garbage.
And your garbage at your?
Yeah, because they've been spying on me through that. They spy you through your computer, through your iPhone. They spy you through your TV screen, the cameras. Even if they off, they manage to do it. It's called intelligence. The CIA is available. Can do anything.
Let me make sure I understand you now. Now, when you say you throw them away,
Oh, yeah. We still do Murder Church.
Did you just throw them away in your trash can
In my
and you
trash
throw them
can.
away in the dumpster?
In my trash can.
Okay. Well, exactly what was it? Just like one computer?
No, everything. My documents, the cell agreement, my computer, everything I threw. The TV, everything that they had been surveilling me on, I took it off because I wanted them to be in the dark.
Okay.
Because they've been watching me. So now they kind of freaked out, they kind of spooked out. But it needed to be done. And Donald needs to do his presidency correct. And he needs to know that these people...
I bet if he, I mean, I'm sure he did. He probably heard about the assassination attempts on Trump, and he's like, listen!
running him into the
Nostradamus up in this motherfucker.
We're gonna come back.
I know things.
I'm not done with that, but again, I'm trying to help you and I'm trying to understand.
Having a shootout with police is crazy, though.
That kind of stuff.
Like, the excuse of I need to get a message to the American people and shoot, like, what?
Different than you. I'm very intelligent.
Okay.
We all
definitely a mental break, though.
I can see that. Yeah.
The thing is,
he does seem intelligent to
you've
a
been
degree. Yeah.
fed the wrong foods and medicines. Which
Jonathan Odie.
Okay, those most of the pharmaceutical industry is bogus.
I agree with you there.
I can tell you right now, they have you popping pills and they poison you slowly so you die. Okay, that's the truth. You don't need any medicine. You're strong. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Your body's called. The only way to come out now is called immunotherapy. That's all you need. Vitamins, immunotherapy. That's all you need.
All right.
About my
but that shit goes
ethics.
deep.
Okay,
See what I can
previous
find.
places that I've worked at. In the United States. Well, do you want to know all of them or?
As much as you can tell me, help me understand.
You
said you work for Pegasus right now, right? But you threw away all your stuff.
Yeah, because it's a family business. It's really simple. It's just like I just need to use.
I'm gonna keep up with this. Yeah, there's like updates on this site. Last major one was what I told you 4 months ago about where he's being held currently, the plea hearing in January of this year. But yeah, I mean, there's a fucking trial coming here with Jonathan Odie. That's going to be interesting.
What did you do before Pegasus?
I worked. I took a break off.
Thanks, Micah, for pointing that out.
I took care of my dad. He had died. Before that, I did real estate investments with Section 8 properties. But I was started getting harassed. So, because they threatened to sue me, I sold the properties. Before that, I worked for RG Electronics. I was the top producer, the top salesman on TV in 2012, in the last quarter. Before that, I worked for a company called MA Labs. Out of,
I wonder if this cop, again, he said earlier he could tell this guy's not stupid, right? I wonder if he's sitting there going, man, it would be cool if like this cop like took it upon himself. Well, now we're going to find out this cop is actually dead because he did take it upon himself to try to figure out what was going on, and he got deeper, and then he ended up at the bottom of a river.
They computer components manufacturers. Before that, I worked for S&T of America, which is Micron out of Idaho. They semiconductor artificial memory chips.
We have 4 names on the current will, Tasha, and let me see if you're on. This next one's for a shirt. You are not on this one. You're not on this one. And again, this one's for, I got a bunch of new dope shirts in the shop. I need to get a summer line going if I get a minute here.
Okay, all right. So
it's not on there yet.
Those jobs were in South Florida, in Miami area?
I always stay in South
Florida. Where'd you go?
School.
College? You go.
I went to University of Salvador, which is the same school as the Pope we have right now. I studied travel industry management, business and travel industry management.
Okay.
But then I went into the electronic sector.
Okay, all right.
Here that's what's been growing.
Okay, all right. Do you have anybody that you can think of that you used to work with that you trust? Anybody, any former coworkers? Anybody that you would reach out to if you ever needed help at any of those jobs?
No.
No?
I trust no one. I trust no one. He reminds me of, man, what was the character's name? Was it Nikolai from GTA 4? From Russia? I know this guy's South African, but he still kind of reminds me of him.
All right.
And I mean, I know you all think this is bogus, or you may not yet understand it. But look, I got 3 bullet holes.
I got you.
I did this for the country. Trust me, I feel great. Okay. And I'll do it any day. Because at least I avoid a president getting
Can we get an update interview with this guy? I'm serious.
I avoid other dummies trying to fuck up our country. Excuse my language.
No, you're good, man.
And my people, because my Americans are my people.
Okay.
I have issues with when people mess around my people.
All right, tell me. All right, let's go back to Thursday night, Friday morning. Before you did what you did.
Well,
what was your state of mind? I mean, what were you thinking?
Cool as ice. I went there. I knew what I was doing.
Oh my God! What an offering that is! 666 is the number of the beast from Micah, from Murder Church. Lord, hear our prayers. Holy shit, Micah, getting on that thing. Thank you so much. 666. Damn, number of the beast. We're up to 5 names currently. Again, for a T-shirt on the giveaway. I will spin this here wheel. Boom. We'll give away a T-shirt. I will send that to you no matter where the fuck you are on planet Earth.
I know what I was doing.
Thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate it. Let me get you a little bit of... We'll get a little biggie here. Hold on. That ain't biggie. Here we go. Give me the loot. Give me the loot. Thank you.
What I was doing, and my point was, take down the flag and put it in the front desk and call the police, shoot the chandelier, to time stop.
Let us pray. I need to do that shirt. That's really good. Brooklyn does that. Mike is doing that.
That's all. Because
be a good shirt.
Obama is behind him. So is Hillary. Okay? So he's got to stop taking the Arabian money because he's letting everything slide. He's letting Obama stand right behind him, and so Hillary. And he knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
He knows who they are. So does the CIA. Maybe the Secret Service doesn't because you all work for the president, correct? Right. You only work for the president, correct?
Some other people, but mainly the president, right?
Exactly. So the problem is, you're his circle, the CIA, and then a different circle.
Well, let me rephrase that. We don't work for him. We provide a service to protect him.
Exactly. That's why I want you to talk, and I would like this to be told to Donald Trump. Tell him I'm a supporter of him. I love him. I don't hate him. I know what his issues are. He has an issue right now with him that's bugging him a lot. It's called Stormy Daniels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it bugging him so much? Why is he lying to the people? Why is Donald lying to the people about Stormy?
And how does that make you feel personally?
I know the truth.
Wish I had a soundbite for Super Freak. Super. If I keep doing Diddy stuff, I'm gonna have to get that soundbite. Super Freak
was sent.
He's super freaky.
Okay, they know each other because I know Christopher's been talking to Geragos for years. They've been doing my attorneys here, Mace Laura. They've been doing business. They've been getting referrals for years after I cut the deal with Diddy. They made friends and they be doing deals.
I understand all that.
They threw me into the feds
well,
for conspiracy of something that I had not done. I was claiming breach of settlement. Now,
so yeah, this timeline is actually this dude who is the sex slave of Diddy, wanting to help Donald Trump get rid of his Stormy Daniels problem, she was a porn star, right? It's the porn connection here.
The way
what is this timeline, bro?
It works as a father.
And why are we in it?
Issue. His doctor prescribing Propecia. You know what Propecia is?
It's the skin.
Diddy Update Thursday.
Hair growth thing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay? So basically,
didn't
what
get
happens when you
on
take
your man.
Propecia, your dick goes limp. But limp. Because you're taking Propecia. He has air issues. His doctor, birthday.
Yeah, I heard old Diddy was gray as hell today.
Slip the Propecia out, okay?
Guess he can't dye his hair.
Stormy's story is bad news because it's embarrassing. That's why he's going crazy with that. It's not that he's lying to the American people. He's embarrassed about Stormy's situation, okay? He paid her, and she's coming back with some bullshit stories, okay? Trying to expose and defame the president so he falls and collapses.
To be continued. I want more. I want more information on Jonathan Odie, but I do have a subreddit that I know about now, thanks to Micah. And I'm gonna see what the fuck. I mean, November is not that far off. We're 6 months away. If it's in Florida, that could be potentially televised. And I might have a little bit of steam coming off the Diddy stuff. Yeah, like how do you become a sex slave? Is it just again, the position that Diddy's in, kind of with Cassie? He's got blackmail on you. He's very powerful. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't know. I need more information. I don't know if he's talking about Trump or Diddy there. Everybody that came through here tonight, I really freaking appreciate it. Tonight's been cool. Bob, man, the Fence Diaries, I'm going to get him back on here as well. I know he's going deep into Karen Reed right now as that one coasts along. But yeah, everyone coming through, appreciate it. Come through tomorrow. I'm telling you, Feral Friday is going to be super fun. If you're new here, hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell. Make sure you know when notifications turn on. I go live multiple times a week. We do something here called Murder Church. We're currently covering on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time the Phil Spector murder trial. We've been doing that for over a year now. In real life, it was a 6-month trial. Music mogul, savant, Phil Spector murdered Alana Clarkson. He's on trial. His attorney is Linda Kinney Bodden, who a lot of people probably know here from YouTube. And then the prosecutor in this case is Alan Jackson, the defense attorney for Karen Reed. So there's a lot of interesting aspects to that and here on Publicly Buzzed in general. But come through tomorrow night and you'll see what we do on Fridays, which is have a pretty good time. We usually all we do actually on Fridays is have a good time and unwind. And we usually watch a movie, we watch Cops, we shoot the shit, we listen to music. Yeah. And if you are new here, maybe you would like to become a book club member on Tuesday nights after Murder Church. I have a book club, and we're currently reading The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule. It's a Ted Bundy book. It is a book that she wrote after working with him in a crisis call center and still being his friend after the arrest for the murders. It's pretty interesting. We're a little over a quarter of the way into this book now. Super interesting read. I'm learning a lot of new details about Ted Bundy. And that's also interesting if anyone is keeping up with the current Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case. We're going to be covering that here as well. We're going to be going deep into that case and probably doing more live streams, covering more content about the Idaho 4 and Bryan Kohberger as we get closer to August 11th in that trial. But yeah, incredible night, guys. Appreciate everyone. Justice served. Yeah, man. She doesn't fuck around. Carla be hanging out on a Friday night. Have a good time is what we have. Yeah, we'll do something tomorrow. I may do a voting thing tomorrow. See what we're gonna do. Maybe put a couple of things on there. See what everybody's feeling. I know the last movie I showed it freaked everyone the hell out. I couldn't believe it was that freaky. I thought I'd show freakier stuff than that, but I guess not. From Beyond was pretty wild. It's a fun one though. It's a good one. Yeah, I'm about to lock her down. I'm about to take this thing to the streets. About to go and I don't know what I'm about to go do. Actually, probably go let Gypsy out. I cooked out tonight. I fixed some burgers, fixed some dogs, but I cut them dogs up and I put them in some beans. Made some beanie weenies. I made a pasta salad. I still got a burger up there too, and I still got some beanie weenies up there. Now I'm thinking about them beans. Tosh, you got to come through tomorrow. We're going to be doing something cool tomorrow. I don't know what. Holly Berry, messed up. She's a trauma fan. Oh my God. Stuart Gordon is pretty wild. He can be a little controversial. That's for sure. Dude, beanie weenies are my jam, guys. I love beanie weenies. I'm a beanie weenie man. Yeah, here I was watching a little bit of the Brian Koberger hearing earlier today, and it looks like it's going to be going into November. That's going to be a long-ass trial, guys. That one's going to be intense. I'm telling you right now. People are already manic over it. They're having difficulty understanding, or even they don't even really try or want to understand the other side. They're sticking their heels into the mud and saying fuck any kind of logic. It's craziness. But it's going to be interesting. That is one I am for sure 100% covering. Dude, Berg's rule. Beanie weenies, dude. Beanie weenies, baby. Hell yeah. So, if you go back and watch last week's Tosh, you have to let me know what you think of that movie. It's called From Beyond. And I think that you're going to dig it. I think that there's some scenes that you're going to like. They're pushing the boundaries. They're pushing it right to the limit. That's right. We're going to get feral, baby. So here's my thing. I don't know. Should I get somebody? So right now I don't have anybody, and I haven't even sent out any fillers yet. So, I have a lot of go-tos. Lauren Conlon would be awesome. She's too busy right now. She's doing. I was trying to get her tonight, but I totally understood. She's been killing it. She's been in trial every day. But Lisa's always a good go-to. She's pretty fun to hang out with. I haven't asked Dan. Maybe I'll try to get old Dandy, but I'm sure he's going to be golfing or something. I think some bitch is going to be golfing. Dude's going to be out there swinging the fucking, what's it called? Golf club. I thought it said swinging the stick. He'll be swinging the stick. Well, one thing if it's just me, we'll be getting a few extra songs. I always feel weird about playing music with people that aren't Dan. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to say it. I think it would be cool with Lisa. I think it'd be all right with Lisa. I can get pretty loose with her, but I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. I've pushed it right to the limits, the whole thing. Like, we're right there now. Like, it ain't like I got time to do anything else, really. That's true. You're probably right. I know nothing about golf. I didn't even know that was in season. Does it go out of season? Is it like wrestling? Hell yeah. No, that'll be fun. That'll be good. I always like doing it, Again, we have some extra tunage. Have some good something going on. Son of a bitch. Hell, coming up on a month. Last time I think he was on was for 420, and that was on 419. God, some bitch he's gone. He's bailed out on us. Yeah, I'll get him back here soon. For something real fun. Something like, because I want to watch. I do have some movies I want to watch. Some summer movies that I like. There's that are like really low budget, and sex comedies essentially. But they're gonna be. I think they'll be fun, especially because it's where I'm at. It's about to get hot. No, I don't think Cassie would do it. She would definitely not be down for that. And be like, you're coming on. They want you. It's happening. Man, probably Evil Tunes. That one was crazy. That one was fun as hell. Well, that was with Dan, too. And then we watched People Under the Stairs with her. Toxic Avenger was the best, right? Dude, Nukem Ha. Maybe we'll watch Class of Nukem Ha. So the movie immediately... So Toxic Avenger came out in 1984. And in 1986, the follow-up was a movie called Class of Nukem High. It's really fun. It's set in like a high school with like jocks and nerds and these like in this really crazy gang, I'm going to call them. They're called the Cretans, and they start getting in. This school is right next to a chemical waste dump site place. And they start getting weed from somebody there that's growing weed on the grounds of this place. And it's like this super special weed that I guess has been affected by the chemicals. And it causes a lot of insanity to go down. We might watch that one. Class of Nukem Ha. A follow-up to Toxie. So the same feel, same folks. It might be a good one to go into. I really love that one too. I used to have a shirt. I think my shirt got wrecked though. Well, did we watch that one? I don't even remember that. What was that one? That sounds crazy. I don't remember that one. The fuck? Look at this goat. What in the hell is happening? Look at this fucking goat, bro. Dude, goats are insane, dude. Goats, they're tripping me out, first of all, because their eyes are like... Oh, they remind me of a reptilian eye, right? Like, they're like slit. Creepy as fuck. But damn if they're not awesome. Mountain goats also on the side of a fucking mountain the way they just hang out. Jesus. My ex is insane. My ex feed is crazy. I'm literally watching two inmates beat the fuck out of another inmate with locks. This looks like there's a knife on the ground. Oh my god, this is just chaos. Oh my god, dude. Oh, dude, he's been fucked up with the lock, dude. He's bleeding like a motherfucker. Jesus. Oh, dude. Fucked up. Oh, I can't show all this. YouTube gonna freak out. Dude, what the fuck? Just literally, they got like locks wrapped up in fucking like nylon. Dude, they're still trying to go, bro. Dude, there's literally nothing he can do, bro.
Come on, get out of here. Stay right here. Stay right here, bro. You want me to leave or not? Move. Get the fuck out of here. Leave right now.
Look at this guy, dude. He's cut up too.
Bro, just get the fuck out of over here. Go this side. Hurry up. Hey, go. Alright, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. Go.
He's still following behind him, bro. Oh my god, look how many people are out here. What the fuck? What is happening? There's no one around to do shit? They're still after this fucking guy, dude. Jesus! And now the other, oh my god, he's tangled up with them again. Oh my god, they're just swinging at him, bro. Jesus. Fuck, dude. Who even knows how that shit ended, bro? What the fuck? That went on forever and no guards ever showed up. What in the actual fuck, dude? That was crazy. Yeah, there was a dude in a wheelchair just chilling. He's just like, what's going on? No, Natasha, you're not on this wheel. You're not on this new one. Yeah, the new one right now is Brooklyn, Ayana, Pammy, Laura, and Micah. And again, it's for a t-shirt, so... Uh-oh, something just came through. Uh-oh. Oh, man, fucking J-Money came through the old Cash App. Fuck yeah, J-Money, $3. He got on that son of a bitch. Thanks, dude. He's like, let me get a shirt. Let me get one of them things. That's up to 6 now. Fuck yeah, appreciate that, J-Money. Hanging out back there, hanging and banging. I'm going to give you the $1 Million Man love. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Thanks for coming in here, dude. Yeah, and some dude's got a fucking camera, a phone in there, able to record. What the fuck? Well, I'd say nightmarish, right? Like, dude, it wasn't even over. It was getting bad. It was getting worse. Okay, cool. Coming in tomorrow. Nice. You're going to come through as we watch probably Nukem High. If you guys are feeling Nukem High, I do want to do a voting night. Hey, maybe I'll put Nukem High. We'll do a voting night and I'll just throw Nukem High in there and you let me know. And we'll see what's going on. I don't know. We'll fill it out. We'll fill it out. And then tomorrow I'll figure out if I'm going to invite somebody or if we're just going to have a private little party. Huh? We're just going to kick it. We're going to kick it. Buzz Nation be kicking it. Brother had to take an inmate to the hospital because he was sick. Turns out he tried to circumcise himself with nail clippers and he got infected. Why would you feel like this is the time to do that while you're in prison? What the fuck? Oh my God, dude. Everything is insane. Like, all the time. My X feed is nuts. Like, it is really quite something. Dude, right now I'm literally seeing what we just watched. The fucking ordeal with the guy in the Trump fucking...
He's the gun...
Like, in Trump Doral. And then the shootout there where he gets shot in the fucking legs, dude, and just keeps going. Oh, what the hell, dude? I want to keep up with that one. Oh, there we go. Carla coming through your baby with a $5 holler. That's what I'm talking about. Shit.
Hold up.
Show a little love now. Show a little love with it.
I'm sober enough to know what I'm doing, and I'm drunk enough to really enjoy doing it.
Thank you, Carl. Appreciate that. Hell yeah. All right. I think we're up to 7 now. 7 names on the wheel. We're building a Wilski. We're going to get there. Have faith that tomorrow could be the night. Could be the time that we do the damn thing. Dude, and they're dope. And the t-shirts are freaking cool. Like, I'll show them off. Hold on. We got a lot of extra people in here, I believe, tonight. This one might catch in the old algorithm. I don't think anybody get this deep, but if they do, let me just show them off real quick. Then we'll head out of here. Publiclybuzz.com. My new favorite, the conspiracy shirt. Get a bunch of different colors down here. The Savage shirt. I saw this one in real life. Dan had the black version, and that shit pops hard, son. That's a good one. Actually, I need that one myself. F and Oath shirt. If you know, you know. Of course, we got the Buzz Nation. We got a little ghosty with a little wine glass. I know the ladies like that one. Then right here, this is a tribute. Just that's a Fail Friday shirt if I ever saw one. If you want to just talk about it, we got a lot of cool stuff on there. And then of course the classic, not even the classic, the new logo, Publicly Buzz. But all of these shirts could be yours, or one of these shirts could be yours rather, if you get on the wheel and win a spin. And Pammy has about all these shirts actually. She comes the fuck through. She's insane. But hell yeah. All the sixes I'm seeing right now. I got 66 lights. The chat revenue was like 1665. It was almost 1666, and I was like, oh my god, all the sixes tonight. We're spawning Satan, talking about Diddy and all of his devilish, crazy things that he's done over the time. Oh, did you see this? Yeah, Sean Diddy Combs faces new sexual assault lawsuit in which the accuser compares his penis to a Tootsie Roll. Saying this man's got a tiny little shriveled up dick. I don't know. That's what this word on the street. Diddy has a tiny little dick. Tootsie Roll dick. Just to be accurate. Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. I love that. Bob out here helping out, dude. Love it. Bob's awesome. G. Absolute G. We might. Is there anybody streaming now that we could portal into with this many people? That would look cool. What we got here? Anybody? I don't believe there's anybody live that I want to do it to. But yeah, make sure you're watching everything, though, because we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. That's what they said, Pammy. I would have thought different. I mean, you never know, I guess, but... All right, let's go. Have a great Friday. Come back tomorrow night for a Feral Friday, and we're going to have a good time. I promise you that. And we'll unwind from another crazy-ass week. No, I was looking. I don't have any. You got to do it to like somebody that's live right now, and I don't have any wrestling ones that I saw. I don't really have any wrestling friends though either, like I do in True Crime. True Crime, like I'm actually sort of in the community. Strangely, I don't have all the connections, but I have a few connections. In wrestling, I have none. Like I'm just. Anytime I've ever tried, it's not worked out so far. So, but I don't put that much time into it. So, all right, I love you guys. Have a great day. Have a great end of the week. Come back here tomorrow night. We're going to have a great time. I absolutely promise that. Thank you guys for tonight. Tonight's been incredible. And keep eyes open, guys. Follow Lauren Conlon. She's the G for the Diddy stuff. I'm telling you. Boom. Love you guys.